Guys, this video is sponsored by our friends at NordPass. This incredible next-generation password manager is brought to you by the cybersecurity experts who built NordVPN, an advanced online security and privacy app trusted by more than 14 million users worldwide. NordPass just published research about the most commonly used passwords, and the US has one of the highest levels of passwords leaked per capita. 150 of the most common passwords can be cracked in less than a second. There's a link in the description to check out if your passwords are on this list. If it is, change it now. With NordPass, you can store all of your passwords in one place. With a single master password and their autofill feature, you can access all of your accounts quickly. They even sync your credentials across 6 devices, and NordPass's data breach scanner alerts you if your online account or credit card information has been leaked. Their web vault allows you to reach your passwords, credit cards, and secure notes in any browser anytime. No need to download the app. NordPass encrypts all your vault data locally, so only you can see and manage your passwords. Get NordPass right now for 70% off, plus you get an additional month free at nordpass.com/Chael, or use code Chael at checkout. There is a very misinterpreted clip going on right now. It's of something, quite frankly, that you never should have seen. It's something that it never should have been revealed. But it was what Colby Covington said to Kamaru Usman the fifth and final bell went off. And Colby said some very beautiful things to Usman. He said, I respect you, something along the lines. I respect you, I like you, I did this for us. And many people are misinterpreting that to believe that Colby dropped the act or removed the fourth curtain, and this is who he really is. It's all in line. Colby lives by a code. Colby's an honest guy. He works his axe off. He sacrifices, he sets big goals, and he takes risks. He's also a sportsman. Colby didn't know he had lost the fight. He wasn't acknowledging anything to Kamaru Usman in that moment. He was acknowledging what got them there. And you want to talk about what Colby said? And a lot of people are thinking, this drops everything. And he was just out there trying to be a salesman. And, we need to keep our eye on that. So when he does it next time, that's not what happened. You can listen to the language, which quite frankly, you never should have been privy to. You never should have got to have heard that, and that never should have come out. You can listen to the language, or you can look at the body language. Because the body language and the straight face and the eye contact by Colby was not that of somebody that just lost a fight. He did not know which way that decision was going to go. And in that specific moment, after you go out and you do that kind of battle, and Kamaru was a little different. Kamaru spoke to it. He said, man, there's a camaraderie. I respect that guy. He is tough as hell. We probably aren't going to get along, but I respect him, and he's tough, and he's going to have a great career. Right? Kamaru said some very beautiful things. But Colby at no point made a concession. He did not know how that match was going to go. His language, what you do say after you battle somebody. You're human beings. We're living in a society here. It was walk around like barbarians all the time. But his body language was very much in line with chaos. The words were Colby, sure they were. The body language was chaos. He stayed in character. He did not break kayfabe. He did everything right. I don't think you guys should have heard it. I don't think that helps with anything. I don't think that helps to sell or draw or market anything. But that's my own opinion. Some of the rest of you found that to be very interesting. And words do matter. I think that's why I'm speaking to this. Words do matter. There were several comments made when you heard this clip that was private between two guys that never should have been picked up and released, that would diminish Colby's ability to go to the media, do a manipulation, and stir up some interest for a rematch. I don't agree with that. I think it's very in line. Colby did not know what the judges had thought at that point. Colby thought they were going to raise his hand, potentially. He thought Usman did a great job. Colby said that he respects him. He does respect him. Colby doesn't go in there and fight guys he doesn't respect. He's not a bully. I don't know if Colby's ever had a fight that he knew he was going to win. He knew full well in every battle he's ever had that he could lose. That's what the respect is. I don't know that I agree that you saw something that went against the character of chaos. I don't know that I saw that. There was some words that might have surprised you, and some of you found it refreshing, but there was another language being spoken, which was that of body language, was a very alpha position by Colby. Colby reached, trying to hug him, trying to kiss him on the cheek, trying to get on a knee and shake. He didn't do any of that stuff. Said, I respect you and I brought us here. It was a good fight. But go get that belt because they might be handing it to me in just a moment. I mean, that's what I saw. And words do matter. Michael Chandler got a little something going right now with Conor McGregor. And if you got that going, you got to keep it. And the one thing that you must have when you make a call out is a response. You must have a response. The response can be no. If nothing is said, right? The opposite of love is not hate, contrary to popular belief. And if you've ever been in a relationship, you will know. If that girl hates you, you still got a chance. The opposites of love is indifference. When it makes absolutely no difference to her if you call or if you don't, that's when you're done and you're going to have to move on. So you got to get this response. Very important. Chandler did. And Chandler not only got a response, he got a yes. Conor McGregor told him, yes, I will do the fight. Conor bought himself some time. He said down the road, but he said yes. So Chandler went with that. And Chandler is being very respectful of Conor. It's a very different approach. Whether it works or it doesn't work, he's at least trying something new. Chandler has even so much as defended Conor in the last 96 hours. Okay, that's something new. Good for Chandler. Let's see where that goes. But I will share for you, you got to get that response. And I found myself in some jams every now and then where I couldn't get anywhere. They were I was beneath them. I was beneath them and I was calling guys out. I was doing trash talk before anybody was doing, but I was only going after guys. They were top guys. The absolute top guy, just trying to get a response. And one thing that I found over time, if my back was against the wall and I was out of bullets, I could always turn to a lie. There was something about a lie that the other side was so compelled to set straight, no matter what it was. I'll be silly right now. I saw a guy have a ham sandwich, but I told the world it was tuna fish. Well, he didn't see my plate very well. By God, that was a ham sandwich, and I had some Swiss cheese. It was kind of these things where if you said anything, but it wasn't quite what happened, I just felt I always got a response, and that's what I needed. And I would tell the audience, I'm the bad guy. We do two things. We cheat and we lie. So now I had the audience along with me. Whatever the story was, they came along with me, but I would always get that response. And I did it out of an act of desperation. Once I had nothing more where I could get a guy to engage, if I told a lie, I got a response every time. Chandler's in a position. And Chandler's not going to like that. Chandler's a very good guy. He doesn't want anything to do with the old way Chael did a shtick. But I was in Chandler's spot, and I wasn't getting my responses. And Chandler is not. He got one. He got one ever. It was different than Conor usually speaks. There was no insults. There was no foul language. And he told him yes. Very different by Conor. So Chandler then went about the call-outs. And very different. All the way down to saying very pleasantries and defending Conor's skills and ability, which, by the way, are true. Conor's an excellent fighter. Only thing you got proven to in Conor's comeback here is he had a hard time with Dustin Poirier. You didn't get proven that Conor's not a great fighter. He is a great fighter. Chandler spoke to that. Okay, fair game. But I would have told a story a little bit different. I would have had a story to tell. My team's already talked to that team. This fight is done. That team told my team, 8 months, stand by, don't fight anybody else. That's done. And Conor would have responded to that. Trust me. If there was, Conor would have checked his dot. Hey, Coach Kavanaugh. Hey, Coach Roddy. Hey, Audie. Did you guys tell Chandler's team? He says that you guys, I mean, it's one of these things where and then he would have come out and set the record straight. Something you can turn to when you're in a jam. Something that always got a response, at least for me. Whenever it wasn't going along just exactly as it should. And you can come and say those things, and I had a guy do it to me. I won't tell you who. I had a guy do it to me. And I did exactly what I just told you Conor would do. I went to Mike, hey, Coach, did you tell? No, man, I didn't do it. Hey, were you at a bar? Did you run into these guys? Because they say that they saw you down at the hotel bar. They say that they picked up the tab and came over and they shook hands with you and made a deal. There's something about it that works. You start this storytelling. Now, even though I'm telling you that I would lie, I don't think of myself as a liar. Chael's not. You ask Chael something, Chael tells you it'll be straight. But the bad guy was a storyteller. And you have fictional stories and you have non-fiction stories. as long as they get the audience's attention and the audience can stay with you long enough to go to the next chapter and the one after that, you've done your job as a storyteller. I like Chandler's approach. I'm very curious to see, because of this experiment. We haven't had this done before. We have never seen a top guy like Michael Chandler go after a top guy like Conor McGregor and do it quite so politely. We haven't seen it. Gilbert Burns is doing a little bit of this. Gilbert Burns is going after Kamaru Usman for a rematch, but he's being very nice. So I can't dismiss it. I'm not ready to. I need it to play out. I'm observing it. I'm going to study it. But I would encourage both of those guys, both Chandler and Burns, instead of coming out and asking for something or even arguing as to why it should happen, tell us the story. Because I promise you, you give us the story, we will decide.